Hey team, I just am feeling kind of on fire today, and I want to pass along why I'm feeling that way and some of the things that I am thinking about. We have 1 week left. We have 1 week left in November, not even November. Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. We have 1 week left in October. And then it's November and December, the last 2 months of this year. The holidays, it's crazy. It's like almost over. It's been flying by. It's shocking to me. But I want to know, what are you going to do to move your business forward in these last 2 months, in this last week of the month? If you are already at Success Club, don't just sit back and kick back. There are more people out there for you to help. There are more people that you can consistently be reaching out to be planting those seeds to then be helping them down the road come November and December, and then especially January when everybody is in this fury to make sure that they get healthy and fit. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourselves? And are you going to be consistent? Are you going to be part of that 2%? That percent that moves forward, that continues to stay consistent, that continues to be steady and continues to make things happen. It's not easy. And we have a team full of people who are all striving towards the same goals. So ask for some accountability. Check in on the team page and say, hey guys, I'm struggling if you're struggling, and let's bond together and make this happen. So I am currently listening. I'm not a reader, so I listen on Audible to books and my personal development. And I just need to share this with you, share these few things. I have 5 points that I want to share with you, and they all tie together. But I am listening to 6 Months to Six Figures. It was a book that Christy just recently suggested. She's been like throwing stuff out there left and right, and I've been like, I can't keep up with it fast enough. And so this is something that I downloaded on Audible, and I was like, hooked the second I started listening to it. It's really stinking good. So I suggest you put it on your list. But and I haven't even gotten that far into it yet. But 6 Months to Six Figures. And number one, we get paid for the value that we bring to other people's lives. Hello, if that ain't the truth with what we do, that's for sure. So are you adding value into people's lives? How are you reaching out? How are you connecting with them? Are you just being salesy and putting out there every 5 seconds that you have a sale going on with the 21-day fix and reaching out? Or are you actually connecting with people? Are you actually building relationships? You are going to get paid for the value that you bring into other people's lives. So following up with people and making sure that they have a good experience and that you're doing everything that you can to help them through that process of changing their life and taking on a new lifestyle and all that good stuff. We all have the same opportunity, yet some are thriving and some are not. That's a pretty big wake-up call, right? Like, I was like, wow. Nothing like throwing it right out there and punching you in the face. So we all have the same opportunity, yet some are thriving and some aren't. So if you're that person who is like, what the heck? How come I'm not doing this? How come I'm not doing that? He says it comes down to different perspectives, and that is why. And so the secret is to learn to work harder on yourself, right? If you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. And because PD is a huge part of that, personal development is a huge part of that. Your fitness that you do every single day is a huge part of that. Drinking your Shakeology every single day is a huge part of that. It's working on yourself to become a better version of you, to become the best possible version of yourself that you can, and to grow. Most of us, when we become adults, we get into these comfort zones and we do not leave that little bubble. And we don't want to do anything uncomfortable. And so change is bad, and we don't want to change, and people like to stay in those comfort zones. But this job, if you want to call it that, this opportunity, I don't think of it as a job because it's like not like it's fun and I have a passion for it. So when I say job, I'm like, huh? But this opportunity is out there, and it's for anyone to be able to be successful for it. If you hear some of the top coaches' stories, they came from nothing. They had such a story that they went through so much strife and drama and all these different issues in their life, and then they went and moved forward and sought out to be better, and they sought out to grow and to make things happen. And so they worked on their own growth. How can I be better? And the things that we are telling you to do with the 3 vital behaviors, to invite, whatever, that's of course a constant, but like to work, be a product, proof of the product. We want you to get better in that way, and to do personal development. We want you to grow and get better in that way. And that is huge. So don't ignore it. It's just a different perspective. So how are you going to choose that you're going to thrive instead of not thriving, right? How are you going to choose to move forward? We all have the same opportunity. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be that person that says, in a few months, oh, well, it didn't work for me. I tried. I gave it my best shot. When in reality, that's a crock, right? And you just said, oh, it's not for me. I'm not good at sales. Whatever, because it's not about that whatsoever. I'm horrible at sales. Horrible. I always have been. When I was in corporate training and we had to hit certain sales numbers all the time, all that pressure, I was like, ugh, I hate this. I hate this. And I was always the one with the lowest numbers because I hated it so much. So that just proves to you I hate sales, and yet I can be successful at this because you know what? I'm a relationship person. And am I an extrovert? No, not at all. But I love getting to know people. I love helping people. And I know that you guys do too. So that's huge. So that's the secret, to learn to work harder on yourself. You need to do that. Number 4, if you change, everything will change for you, right? If you change, everything will change for you. Going along the same lines. Strive to become a better person. And instead of comparing yourself to others, differentiate yourself. The goal is to be slightly better than you were the day before. Not somebody else, but you. Focus on what's going on right here. I am the worst offender at that. I used to compare myself up the wazoo. And you know what I've learned over the past, 6 months to a year? The first 2 years of my business, I was like, oh, I'm not doing this. Like the person who's in the top 10, who's been a coach just as long as me, she's in a situation that she has the same amount of kids, whatever else, how come I'm not doing this? Why am I not doing that? And I let it hold me back. And then I wasn't focused on becoming better compared to me. I needed to focus on my growth and my moving forward. And when I started to do that and started to focus on my team and my growth and personally moving forward, guess what started happening? My business started exploding. Yeah. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. So the goal is to be slightly better than what you were the day before. Let me ask you this. What have you done? Not even just in a day. Let's take the whole week so you have like a little bit of leeway here, right? What have you done to be better physically, mentally, in your business, any of that kind of stuff, spiritually, whatever? What have you done in your business this past week to become better? Seriously. After we're done with this, take a minute and think about it. Have you done anything? Have you gotten better? Have you applied that? That's what it takes. Growth is hard, but that's how you're going to move forward. That's what's going to happen. There's nothing more valuable than time invested, right? That's why a lot of us are here, because we want not only financial freedom, but we want time freedom, right? We want time to spend with our loved ones. We want time to travel. We want time to do what it is, whatever it is that we want to do and how we see fit, to not work for somebody else or whatever it might be, right? We want time freedom, and there's nothing more valuable than time invested. So never waste this gift. What you do with your time is what really matters. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. I am the worst offender at this as well. I get stuck in the Facebook scroll all the time, still, even almost 3 years later. And when I get in a funk, as we all do, it's that entrepreneurship roller coaster that I've talked about before. When we get in a funk, I scroll through social media and then I realize, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything, and it's been an hour. That is not valuing my time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So why is that person getting ahead and I am not? That's why. So become so good at what you do that people can't ignore you, guys. Kill the rest of this month and the rest of this year. I know you guys are going to rock it out. You guys are awesome. And I just wanted to share that with you, that I have the confidence that you guys are going to do amazing, incredible things, and that you all have so much potential. So use it. Put it out there. Work on yourselves and start sharing that stuff. Spread it around as thick as peanut butter and share the love, right? All right. So looking forward to seeing what you guys accomplish. And I know that I will be moving forward in that growth pattern for sure. I hope you join me.